Hi grade 12s, welcome to my channel. Let us have a look at some algebra, questions that may throw a mark or two for you. These ones may be worth 4 marks minimum and 5 marks maximum, okay? Or 6, let's say 4 to 6 marks. So this was shared by one of my students, and I do hope that you guys can benefit from these. All right, so basically these are exponential equations, or should we say quadratic equations, but in very strange formats. So let's have a look. 1, we have x minus 3 x to the exponent a half plus 2 is equal to 0. Now, this implies, well, if we look at this, this is an exponent a half, and this one is doubled here. So this is the same as x to the 1 over 2 all squared minus 3x to the half plus 2 is equal to 0. And we can factorize this. Most likely we will win. Okay, so this is going to be x to the half. Then here we've got minus 2 minus 1. And this works out nicely. This implies that x to the half is equal to 1, or x to the half is 2. So to solve here, we just square, so that we can get rid of this. Therefore x is 1, or x is 4. All right, so these are the solutions. Are we done? Not yet. Remember, we need to satisfy the original expression. So let's put 1 there. So if we see this is 1 and that is 1, the square root of 1 is 1, literally. So this is 1 minus 3, that's minus 2. So minus 2 plus 2 is 0. So this one checks out. And we put a 4 in there, so that's a 4. This is a 4. 4 is 2 squared. So that cancels out. 3 by 2, that's 6. Now we've got 4 minus 6, that's minus 2. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0. So these answers check out. So please check the answers. Okay. Do not make the mistake of assuming you've got it good. Okay, let's get to the next one. So we've got x to the 2 over 3 minus x to the third minus 2 is equal to 0. And of course, guys, here one student may use the so-called K method. This is just another way of simplifying this. This means we let the smallest power to be some value x, and this makes life a lot easier. I mean some value k. So how this one works, we just let x to the half equals k, and that means we will replace k with everything. So this would then imply that we have k squared minus 3k plus 2 equal to 0. Now this makes it easier to factorize. So this is k minus 2 minus 1. Therefore k is 1, or k is 2. But remember, what is k? It's x to the half. and the same procedure follows. Okay, so x is 1 or x is 4. So this is just another way of dealing with this problem if these things scare you. But I would advise try to look at things without trying too many simplistic approaches. Now let's have a look here, guys. What do we see? Of course, the smallest power is a third, and this is here as well. So this is the same as x a third all squared minus x to the exponent a third. Oof. This one is not working out. Minus 2 equal to 0. Again, this is a quadratic. We can factorize. So we've got x a third, x to a third. So this is minus 2 plus 1. Okay. So this implies x to the third is equal to minus 1, or x to the exponent a third is a 2. And of course, we cube this to solve the problem. I don't know what I am doing there. Did I do something wrong? It looks like no. Oops. We cube this to get rid of that cube root right there. So this tells us that our x is going to be minus 1, or x is equal to 8. All right, so that's it. Now, is that true? Yes, we need to check it in the original. And you can still use the K method. I'm not going to show it again. So we put minus 1 where x is. So let's just check it on the calculator. But for me, this is nothing but minus 1 to the exponent 1 over 3. Okay, let's just do it nicely. To the exponent 2 over 3. Let's just put it as it is. See, sometimes this forces you to use the calculator. Unless you're comfortable doing this without a calculator, which you should try as often as you can. So I'm getting 0, so this one checks out, meaning the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So let's see what happens when we put 8 in there. Again, we get 0, so this checks out. So this is good. So don't forget to check those answers. So this is how this one goes. Okay. Do we have enough space? 3. We've got x to the half plus 3 x to the exponent a quarter minus 10 is equal to 0. Again, this is the smallest power there. So we can express this as exponent a half. No, not a half, but a quarter squared. Because when we multiply the exponents, we still get a half. Plus 3 to the exponent a quarter minus 10 is equal to 0. Again, we have a quadratic. We can factorize. So this is exponent to the 4th. X to the exponent a 4th. Now 10 to give us 3 is going to be plus 5 minus 2. Okay, good. So this implies that x to a quarter is equal to 2, or x to a quarter is equal to 5. Now we do the gymnastics again. To undo this, we just raise that to the exponent 4. Okay, so therefore x is 16, or x is 5 to the 4. Did I say 5? That should be minus 5. Lord, big mistake. But of course this is an even root, so it's going to give us a proper answer here. 5 to the 4 is 625. Okay, so let's check our answers again. We can't move without doing so, because we did some things that could easily introduce answers that don't exist. Okay, so let's see. So we've got here 16 to the exponent a half. So we can use the calculator to do this. Plus 3 into 16 to the exponent a quarter. Minus 10. We get 0, so this checks out. Now let's put 625. Oops. 625. This gives us 30, so it means it's wrong. So we strike it. Okay. So it's very good to reject this in algebra. It's a mark. So please don't be fooled by the answers. Try to get the work done nicely. Okay. So let's look at number 4. We have x to the 4 over 3 minus 3 to the exponent 2 over 3 equals 4. Of course, this is a quadratic. We need to try and write it in standard format, but we can see this is the smallest power over here. So we can think about it, nicely. I'm trying to think about it nicely. This is nothing but x to the exponent 2 over 3 all squared. Remember, when we multiply those exponents, we will still have 2 times 2, which gives us 4. So this is 3 to the 3 times x to the 2 over 3 equals 4. Okay, maybe let's write this in standard form. So this is minus 4 equal to 0. Of course, you can make the smallest power there to be k. It's up to you, really. So this is x to the 2 over 3. X to the 2 over 3. This is minus 4 plus 1. It's nicely factorized. So this implies that x to the 2 over 3 is equal to minus 1. Or x to the 2 over 3 is equal to 4. And of course, we want to solve for x. So we will then multiply by the reciprocal here. This is 3 over 2. So we need to know maths, guys. Maths is very nice and it's very fun. So you need to know how to do your things. So what is this, guys? This is as good as the cube root of essentially the square root of minus 1. So this one is not going to exist. I believe so. But let's see. let us see, minus 1 to the 3 over 2. This is the square root of minus 1 cubed, so it shouldn't work. It shouldn't work. This one should not work. Yeah, it's a math error. So basically, we can just go back and say there's no solution here. So essentially, this already says, in fact, I don't know why I didn't notice that this is the square root of a negative number. We don't need to do this. So in fact, we reject it right here. It's impossible because this is an even root. Yeah. Thinking about it now. We can't have a square equaling to a negative number. It's not possible. This is more like a third all squared, so can't be this. We can reject it there, or we can do what we did and then write no solution there. So yeah. So let's see, x should be, we solve it here. So this is nothing but the square root of 4 cubed. 4 cubed is 64. Then we take the square root. This is 8. That should be the only solution. And does it really tie up nicely into the original? Let's see. We've got 8 to the exponent 4 over 3 minus 3 into 8 to the exponent 2 over 3 minus 4. That gives us 0. It really works out. Okay. So I'm sure you guys are getting the hang of it now. Okay, let's do some more. So we have 5. We have 3x to the 2 over 3 minus 7x to a third equals 6. So we need to write this in standard form. This is 3 to the x. This is the smallest power there. So we're going to write it as like this. But now we need to be careful here. What we need to be careful about is to isolate this situation here. Okay, this is squared minus 7 x to a third minus 6. That's good. So I think I didn't write this one so well. Okay, not a problem. So this implies, what do? We can factorize. This is going to be 3x to a third into x to a third. So 6 to give me 7 is going to be minus. Now 6 is going to be 2 and 3. Sorry, 2 and 3, yeah? So let's make this one 3. And we make this one 2. Okay. Because this is going to be minus 9 plus 2, that's minus 7. So that's done. So this implies that 3x to a third is equal to minus 2, or x to a third is 3. So let's see, if we cube this, cube that, we get our solutions. Now I'm thinking I'm rushing this. Let's not rush it, because we're going to complicate our lives. We don't need to. So this also implies that x to a third, let's isolate this, is going to be minus 2 over 3. Or x to a third is 3. Now we can do it. So therefore our x is, let's deal with this. This one is going to be minus 8 over 27, or x is 27. Nice and easy. Now let's have a look. Does it sort up what we have over there? Okay, it's fine. Let's check. What do we have? So we have 3 into, we've got minus 8 over 27, all raised to the exponent 2 over 3, minus 7 into minus 8 over 27, all to the exponent a third. Okay, let's see, what do we get? We get 6, so this works out. Let's put in the other one. So that's 27. This also works out. So please guys, be in the habit of checking the answers into the original, provided the original is copied correctly. Okay, number 6, we've got x to the minus 1 minus 5x to the minus a half plus 6 is equal to 0. This is the same thing as x to the minus a half all squared minus 5x to the minus a half plus 6 equal to 0. We can factorize. Should be getting the hang of things now here, guys. Alright, factors of 6 here, it's going to be just minus 6 plus 1. So this implies x to the minus a half is equal to minus 1, or x to the minus a half is 6. So obviously, to get sorted here, what do? We're just going to take it to minus 2 there, and that's all we're going to do. Alright, we need to know the gymnastics, guys. X is, let us see, what is that? Minus 1 to the minus 2. It's just 1. Okay. Interesting. So this is 1, or x is 1 over 36. Okay. Great. Are we good? We shall find out. Let's have a look at this one. Let's check it out. So we've got minus 1. Sorry, not minus 1, but 1. to the exponent minus 1 minus 5 into 1 to the exponent minus a half plus 6, we get 2. So this one is wrong. Okay, let's check the other one. So this one is doing its own stuff. So we have 1 over 36 1 over 36. This one gives us 12. They cannot both be wrong. What did I do? There is something that is not right. Yeah, I made a mistake. Wait. What is my crime? Why isn't it working? I cannot have all the answers not tying up. There's no way. There must be something wrong. That 6 is positive, so my factorization is incorrect. Okay, this must be both. In fact, now I changed my factors. So these factors must be both negative. This is going to be 3 and 2. Okay, so we botched it a bit. As you can see, guys, you see the check will always save you, because it looks as if everything has worked out nicely and it doesn't reflect anything. So a mistake is uncovered by proper check into a correct original. Okay, so this implies that x to the minus a half is 2, or x to the minus a half is 3. And then we do what we did. As long as it gets us what we want. X is going to be a quarter, or X is going to be a ninth. Okay, let's check it. Let's start with the ninth. We indeed get 0, so this one checks out. Let's check a quarter. Indeed, it checks out as well. So be very careful. Not running a check is suicide, as you can see. A mistake can easily creep in and you are convinced you did the right thing when you haven't. So this is x to the minus 2 over 3 minus 2x to the minus third minus 3. So you can already see here the smallest power is what we look for, and then we try to make the other one just like it. So this is minus a third all squared minus 2 into minus a third equal to 0. If these overwhelm you, please use the K method. That's the savior of students who are not so strong. Alright, so we've got x to minus a third, x to minus a third. So we've got minus 3 plus 1. Is that so? It looks like it. So x to minus a third is equal to minus 1, or x to minus a third is 3. So we know the gymnastics here. We just take the negative cube here to get rid of all the things we don't like. So therefore x is, now this is going to be minus 1, okay, or x is going to be 1 over 27. Okay, we don't run away just yet. In case we have committed crimes, we need to check our answers. So we have minus 1 to the exponent minus 2 over 3 minus 2 into minus 1 to the minus 1/3. Then we say minus 3. I get 0, so this one checks nicely. Okay, so we put 1/27. Again, 1/27 there. It checks out nicely as well. So we can see, guys, running a check is a proper thing to do. Okay, maybe let's try to do the last one right here. Number 8, we've got x to a half minus 10x to minus a half equals 3. So this one is a bit challenging. Can we write in standard form? This is x. Now remember, we want this to show up there. It's going to be minus a half times. Now we need to think about it. If we say this is minus a half, what are we going to make this? Okay, so we want that to come out. We want that to come out. So 1 is minus, 1 is positive. So how do we handle this? Okay, this one is making us think a bit. How do we do that? How do we do it? So to get a half here, we are going to put a minus 1, right? Yeah, that's more like it. So this is minus 10x to the minus a half minus 3 is equal to 0. All right, okay, all right. So we know that minus 2 halves is going to be minus 1. So that works out nicely. That was a bit tricky. Okay, let's factorize. So we have x to the minus a half. And then we've got 3 there. And a 10. Huh. You are killing us. Why do I feel like I'm messing up now? Yeah, man. Yeah, maniac. I'm feeling like I'm messing up now. How do we get a 10 there? It's not possible, is it? Yikes. This one is killing us. Is it correct? Yawena, unketsang yano, unketsang. Hey ban, waring mogwera wak. It looks like we're in trouble, guys. We can't factorize like this, so we need another gymnastic. Ne? Sometimes some questions are going to surprise you. But what do we need to do here? We can see that technique didn't really serve us so well. But what we need to do something else and say this is x to a half minus 10 over, we change this to a positive exponent. Now we multiply by x to a half throughout. So we end up with x to a half all squared, right? Right. No, we're lying. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. There's two of them, but hey, let's not be silly. Let's just try to follow the rules. So a half, remember when we multiply powers with the same bases, we simply add exponents. So this is just gonna be x minus, we transpose this, is gonna be 3x to the half minus 10. Okay. Now we are getting somewhere. We can now factorize this thing. This is, first we can simplify. This is like this, right? Maybe I should have done what I was thinking of doing. Yeah, let's factorize. So this is going to be x to a half. Then 10 is going to be 5 and 2. Now we can proceed. Of course, guys, this is the square root. So we need to square this thing. Okay, so x is 4 or x is 25. Are we done yet? We go back, we go back, we go right back. We go right back and check our solutions for correctness. Okay, this one was a bit naughty. It almost got me sweating. But hey, there's nothing that can really deal with me. I mean, this is the square root of 4. That's 2. Okay, maybe let's not rush anything. Let's just do it nicely without causing ourselves any issues. Without causing ourselves any issues, you see. Okay, let's see, what do we get? I'm getting minus 3, so it means 4 can't be the solution. Hi, anxiety manje. If it doesn't work out, it means something is not right. Something is not right. I'm getting minus 3. Wow. Okay, let's see the other one. If they both don't work, it means then we have committed a crime. So I'm getting positive 3, so this one checks out. So usually in algebra, a rejection is part of solving, isn't it? Yeah, so this is how you can go about doing some serious quadratics, guys, and they can come in very strange ways, just to give you a bit of a challenge. These are higher grade questions, to be honest, because no standard grader can sort these out. Okay, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you some other time. Goodbye.